I don't know if you've noticed, but the world of being a leader is changing. Well, really, it's already changed. You know, sometimes in the midst of change, we don't even notice what's happened, and that's part of the reason for this video. Have you thought about the fact that chances are, if you're watching this video, you're leading a team that's not all in the same location? It used to be, everybody was down the hall, you could see them all, they were at least in the same building, and now, another building, another zip code, another area code, another time zone, another country. You know, it's pretty hard to manage by walking around if you can't walk to where they are. Our world as a leader is different. And if it's not for you yet, it will be. Your team is more dispersed than ever. They're remote, they're virtual, call it whatever you want. And yet we still are responsible and have the opportunity to lead this team to get to the organizational outcomes that you need. So what do we need to do differently in order to make that happen? Well, I've got 3 things I want to talk about today to help you on that path to leading more effectively remotely. First, we've got to think about leadership and management. And you may be saying, well, Kevin, duh, I'm already in a leadership role. And I'm saying that, listen, way more about leading remotely is the same than different. You're still leading people. You're still leading people who are fantastic and messy. You're still leading people with insecurities and all other sorts of manner of things. You still have to figure out how to communicate with them. It's not all different yet. There are nuances that are very, very different. So we need to continue to work to become great leaders regardless. Then we can work on the nuances that make us more effective at doing that at a distance. One of my mentors often said, Kevin, little hinges swing big doors. The nuances are the little hinges. One of the big nuances relates to technology. You know, we need to recognize that technology is part of what allows us or mediates the ability for us to lead at a distance. Things that we take for granted, like email, of course, is a technology tool that helps us lead at a distance. But there are many more than that. And the reality is that whether it's an instant messaging tool, whether it's a web presentations tool, whether it's email, whatever it is, whether it's the use of our webcams, whatever it is, did you know that about 80% of people only use about 20% of the capability of any of those tools? If we want to be more successful in leading our teams, we must lead the way. We must learn those technologies, model the use of those technologies with our teams, because the use of those technologies done well are the things that will allow us to overcome some of the challenges that come with leading remotely. And the third piece is picking the right tool for the right job. You see, I have 6 hammers at home, but I know that each of those 6 hammers has a different use. And so I don't use the wrong hammer for the wrong job. And yet many of us say, well, we got email. We'll just communicate via email. But listen, that's not always the right choice. The right choice may be, I need to pick up the phone. This conversation is not working in an instant message stream. I need to pick up the phone. I need to fire up the webcam. I need to use some other tools. I need to not just share my screen, but how do we make this all really work so we're communicating, so we're in sync, so expectations are clear, and 100 more things. Leading more effectively remotely starts with 3 big things. It starts with the principles of leadership and management, which are timeless, and yet the nuances matter. It's about the technologies that we have, and you probably have all of them that you need already in your organization. You're just not using them as you might be able to. And thirdly, it's using the right tool in the right situation. Getting your team to use the right ones, and all of us using the same tools for the same purposes at the same time. If we do those 3 things, we have a much better chance of leading our team wherever those people sit.